back to my channel. In today's video I'm going to be doing a bit of a tips video on how to have better time management. I get lots of questions all the time about how I stay organized, how I stay motivated, and how I get things done pretty much. And that is what I'm here to talk to you guys about today, because time management is such an important thing, and I'm sure you guys will be able to apply some of these tips to some aspect of your life, whether that's work, school, or just in everyday life. So hopefully this helps some of you guys out. If you haven't already, make sure you hit the subscribe button to join our little family. And without further ado, let's jump in and get started with the video. My number one tip for having better time management is prioritize things. This may require a little bit of effort, but pretty much just prioritize the tasks that really need to be done, down to the tasks that, you know, could be done tomorrow or could be done on the weekend. And you'll know what task is, you know, of high priority and what's low priority. And this will just help make sure that you know what really needs to have your attention that day. So for example, if you've got, say in a school setting, you've got a quiz tomorrow, and so revising for that quiz would probably be at a higher priority than reading a book for an assignment you have to do in 2 months' time. So when you make like a to-do list or something, write it down in the priority of things that need to get done immediately, things that need to be done today, and then things that can be done tomorrow or just if you've got more time later. Tip number 2 is start things as soon as possible, and this is something that teachers drill into you as soon as they possibly can, but it's honestly so true, and it will help you guys out so much if you just do little bits and start it as soon as possible. Breaking bigger tasks down into like smaller, more manageable size bits can really help you get a task done and completed, but on time, and make sure that you're not, you know, going over the due date or anything like that. So if you get an assignment, make sure that you read it through and, you know, you highlight all the key things so you know what you're doing. And what I normally will do is, say I've just gotten an assignment, I will think about it for a while, but as long as I've gone through the task sheet, I know what the task is that I need to complete, and then I can go through it in my spare time. Like even if you're in the shower and you're just sitting there thinking about all the stuff you've got to do, you can just start thinking about the assignment and get it in your head, and that way when you come to do the assignment, or you know, you actually start doing one of the tasks that you're set to do, it won't be such a brand new thing because you've been thinking about it in your head. Number 3, you guys all know I'm a big fan of, if you watch my vlogs you'll know that I plan until the sun goes down. I absolutely love planning everything, and planning my week is a big part of keeping myself, you know, time efficient. Know when things need to be done, know when things are, you know, freeing up and you've got a bit more time, know how your week is playing out. I find that that is a major key in making sure that you get things done on time. I have a whole bunch of different lists. I have one that breaks down the entire week, so I write the time on the left hand side, and then I will block off different sections for whatever I'm doing. So I'll have one color, say it's pink, is for work, so I'll block off all my work shifts, and then green is study, so that's all the time I've set aside for studying. And then yellow might be gym or exercise. All the different commitments that you have, make sure you put them all in a timetable and then fill up the extra time so you know what you've got to use and what you don't. And also along with that, be smart about saying yes to things. Learn to say no, and learn that it is okay to say no to some social things because you have a jam-packed week. Like, that's okay. Life gets like that sometimes. But in saying that, don't, you know, just go into your shell and not be social whatsoever, because we need a bit of social interaction. But I'm saying, like, don't spend your whole weekend at your friend's house just because, you know, that's not really being time efficient. Even though it's fun, it's not going to get your work done on time. I feel like such a mum saying all these things. Number 4 is set yourself goals and work in small blocks. So each day you might have some set goals that you want to achieve. You might want to have 200 words written of your essay by the night, and you might want to have 2 readings done for a lecture or something. Whatever it is, make sure you've got something you're aiming for or something that you're trying to reach. And that way, once you tick it off, you'll feel more fulfilled and you'll actually be more inclined to keep going with that and get more things done. The feeling of achievement is the best thing ever, so make sure you're setting yourself little goals each and every day, and also make sure that you're working in smaller blocks. Don't get run down, don't try to jam everything into a short time frame. Make sure you're being realistic about things. You're not going to finish your assignment in an hour. Maybe you will if you're superhuman, I don't know. Everyone's got their own thing, but for me, that's not realistic. So make sure you're having little breaks every now and then to keep you refreshed and make sure that the work that you are doing is actually good work. Tip number 5 is create a distraction-free environment. Sometimes it's a little bit hard for us, especially if you're in school and you don't live on your own, or you can't really have that flexibility to choose your environment. But for the most part, if you're in uni, you can choose, where you're studying, what days you're studying, all of that sort of thing, and you can create your environment that works best for you. So pretty much for me, I am not a person who studies at like libraries and stuff. I can't study when there's heaps of people around because I just get distracted and I want to socialize, I want to have fun. So that doesn't really work for me, even though I know a lot of people do work best when they go to their uni library or whatnot. So that's an option, but for me, creating a distraction-free environment is just done in my study. So I have my own desk where all of my uni work is, all of my books are, and I create my distraction-free environment there. So put away your phone, put it in your other room. For me, that's what I do. I'll like put my phone on charge in my bedroom and then my study's down the hall. So then I can, just focus on my work. I'll turn my internet off on my laptop if I can, and just sort of set up the environment that helps me thrive. And whatever it is for you, it's different for everyone, but make sure you have that, and also sort of change up your working environment. So if you can, I know this is hard, but having different environments to change things up also helps refresh your mind and make sure that the work that you're doing is actually quality work. But if you just have one, you're good. My next tip is incorporate a routine that is maintainable. It is not going to work very well if your routine consists of doing whatever you want from 9 to 5 and then at 8 o'clock you start doing your uni work even though you're very, very tired and you have an assignment due at 8 o'clock the next morning. That is not a maintainable routine. You're going to get run down, you're going to get sick, you're going to start getting all these little things that feed into that. So have breaks, make sure that you're still exercising, you're still doing things that you love, you're practicing a bit of self-care, you're eating your meals, you're enjoying life essentially. I know like at uni it's a little bit hard because no one really enjoys studying for 4 exams at the same time, but you can work out a studying schedule and routine that works best for you and is maintainable, and it's not going to run you down. Even though you might get a bit fatigued at the end of the day, if you are just smashing yourself, in like small blocks or whatever it is, and you can't wake up and get the energy to do it the next day, that's where the problem sort of arises. So the way that I think of it is, yes, we need to be studying for all these exams, and I know some people thrive off just going ham, but for me it's about learning as much as I can in a maintainable lifestyle. So I'm a very active person. I like to go to the gym, I like to keep fit, I like to be social, I like to have a bit of interaction, I like to go outside. All of those things feed into my exam routine so that I'm not running myself out. Tip number 7, I've sort of already said, but it's saying no to social things that you can't really afford to do. Just be honest with yourself. I guess it depends where your priorities lie, but if you want to have better time management and get things done at a normal time, then make sure that you aren't saying yes to every single social event, every party, every whatever, when you've got 2 days to get a full assignment done or whatever. Know your limits and work out what is more important to you and where your actual balance is, because you've got to have a balance of work and play. Tip number 8 is use calendars and organizers to stay on track. If you don't have a diary, I think you would probably want to get a diary. It's just so helpful in like helping you keep everything on track and making sure that you're getting everything done. And you can make to-do lists in there, you can write down all of your commitments and everything. A diary is just super helpful, as well as a calendar I do like, so that I can see like the monthly overview of when certain bits and pieces fall into line, because otherwise, you know, on a diary you've just got that week open and then you flip it over and you've got 15 things due the next week that you haven't factored in whatsoever. So make sure that you're having a bit of both, where you can see what is happening and how everything fits into a bigger time frame, but narrowing things down so that you can get tasks done on set days and whatnot. Number 9 is a sneaky little trick that I've only just picked up in like the last 12 months, but it's make your deadlines for things. Like when you're planning something, make your deadlines earlier than when they actually are. And this takes a little bit of like practice to get your mind into it, because otherwise it'll just be like, lol, you're lying. But you need to get into the headspace that it needs to be done on that day. And when it is, you know, you've still got like a week in case something comes up, if you need to check something, and you're not just scurrying to get things done at the last minute. So if you've got an assignment due on the Friday, set your deadline to the Monday or the Tuesday. And so you're working ahead of schedule, so that if anything gets in the way, or, you know, if there's any bumps in the road, you've accommodated for that and you don't need to be so stressed out, because stress is so bad for your body. I have only just discovered how bad it is from learning about it at uni, how much stress impacts your body and your hormones and just the overall balance of everything. So do your bit not to get so stressed. And the last tip I have for you guys today is organize your deadlines. Know when things are due and know which ones, you know, you need to spend a bit more time on because they're worth more, or which ones are going to take the most time because, you know, they might be a bit tricky or whatever. So know your tasks and then know where they're going to fit in. And it's sort of like a bit of a jigsaw puzzle. You got to fit things in appropriately, and then once you've done it a few times, you know how things get done, you know the flow of things, and you just do it, and it's a lot easier. So I highly recommend that for you guys. That is all of my tips that I have for you guys today. I really hope you did enjoy this video, especially to all my uni students out there. Hopefully this helps you guys heading into a new semester that we're not too far away from, and I'm so stressed, but it's gonna be a good time. I'm gonna work my butt off, and I'm sure you guys will too. Hopefully these tips help you guys out so you can do a little bit better than you did last semester. And before I go, I want to let you guys know that this video today was sponsored by The Fifth. You guys know I've been working with them for a little while now, and they are just the kindest people ever. Their motto is time is what you make it, and time seriously is what you make it. If you want to be efficient in like your work and stuff, you can do that, and hopefully the tips that I told you guys today will help you guys achieve that. But I'll have my special link down in the description to The Fifth, my page on The Fifth. I don't get any commission or anything, it's just purely for you guys to check out some of my favourite pieces, read a bit about me, and as well as that you guys get a 15% off code, which is just Georgia15 if you want to purchase anything on The Fifth. They have some incredible pieces. I am wearing the watch, I wear it every single day. It's just a classic watch, I honestly love it. It's all black. You can find this on their website as well. But I love you guys so much, thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys all in my video very, very soon. Bye!
You know you might surprise yourself.